Well, we want to welcome you to the Lair, where we talk all things Wildcat football.
Yep.
I'm joined, as usual, by my partner, Luke Davis. I'm LB Graham, and we're here to talk about your Westminster Wildcats. And this week, as we look back at this Lutheran South game from Saturday, one of the things that comes to mind when you think about the game is that as opposed to the first four, the team really started fast.
Yes. Not only started fast, but I would say end to end. You have these mini lulls in the middle of the game where not every play goes as planned, but what we saw this past weekend was really our most complete performance of the year. And everybody came out of that stadium, at least on the home side anyway, just feeling as satisfied as having had a bacon wrapped filet mignon, maybe as that was just a rib
Just
sticking.
like that.
Well, maybe not
that
just like
satisfying.
that, but I mean, as rib sticking as Southern buttermilk biscuits, it was one where we just took a whiff of that game and said, that's what we're looking for all year.
So by the time the first quarter was over, we had a 20-0 lead. In a lot of ways, the game was almost.
It was just out of reach. Lutheran South did come back. What I found encouraging about whenever they scored was we had an answer for that. Not only in the first half with 2 touchdowns to follow to make it 34-7 at halftime, but in the second half, it was great to see the subs getting in. Not really in the sense of time filler and running out the clock, but they scored. Chad Bryden led us down the field. Cameron Tucker had that long run, so that was good to see coming from our second unit.
So all in all, offense put up some big numbers.
Some big numbers. I was especially impressed with Evan Johnson. Just end to end, I think this is arguably his best performance. Part of that due to Steve Webb opening up the defense, and then Evan was able to pick them apart. Whatever few mistakes he might have made on overthrows. I think he had 1 INT, but even then he learned from it, didn't let them get him down. I think that was one of his best performances of the year.
And then on defense, we talked a bit last week about Schrader and what a great season he was having, and yet it looked like he was really contained.
Yeah, he was averaging 11 yards a carry coming in. He got a total of 99 yards, which was 10 fewer than Steve Webb got. He had to lug the ball 27 times,
wow,
which was almost double what the number of touches that Steve got.
So less than 4 yards.
Oh, yeah, less than 4 yards a carry. So the question is how we're going to handle him. Our defense really rose up and really stuffed him. It was shocking. It was unbelievable. We were thinking, how are we going to do it? But someone actually had to do it in order for it to happen, and that was our defense.
So it was a great game on both sides of the ball. The Wildcats really answered the bell against South.
They did.
Definitely not a repeat of last year when we spotted them a huge lead and had to come from behind. And at this point, we're sitting at
5-0.
We are 5-0 heading into this week's game against Priory. And when we come back in our next episode, we will preview the game on Saturday against Priory.
Yep.
See you
Come on
then.
back.